Hi, Megan. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Okay. Hello.
Okay, Megan. You were another one that didn't think you'd win.
Oh no. It's fine.
That's why I like doing the tickets too, because then, like you were saying, you never would have, and probably wouldn't
I
have.
kind of had a feeling that I was gonna get something.
Something, yeah.
But I didn't know.
So who do you want to hear from?
My dad.
Okay. First thing he's telling me about is trading up. Like you've been doing a lot of trading up lately in your life, where you think you don't have to just settle, but you kind of want a little bit more. You want to make some trade ups instead of lateral move, trade up. And this can be with living situation. It's with finances. It's with job. It's with education. It's everything. He says it's time to trade some things up. So don't be afraid of that, because whenever, he sends all the good stuff your way. You just have to receive it. That's important for him to tell you, that he's every day sending you blessings. Just trade up and receive them. Do you have a lot of ceremonies or a lot of rituals, like lucky things? You have to do things a certain way in the morning. You always have a certain way you get up and get yourself dressed. Or you have little routines and little rituals you do that are good luck to you.
Not really.
Do you always take the same way to work and get up and do the same things in the morning? Yes, that's it. And so do some of those different. Just alter a couple of things like that, and you'll see yourself from a whole new way. He says you've kind of gotten yourself into a rut these past couple of months, and this would be a good time to do a couple of things different. There's an H, like Hannah or Harriet.
I babysat the Hannesses last night.
He was with you.
Babysat. We made homemade pizzas on Sundays.
Yeah, well,
Watching 4 kids.
He was with you.
Oh,
Absolutely,
wow.
he was. You do great with all of them. And he's like a kid. I mean, that's why he'd be there for pizza and ice cream. What's not to be there for? Yes, he was absolutely there with you. And there's a Jonathan or a Jake.
My boyfriend's name is Joshua.
Yeah, he says he's a good connection for you. And just let him be good. Let him be good. Now, your dad doesn't want to go picking on people, but he's going to pick on Joshua.
Of course.
Of course. He's a hard worker. I know sometimes maybe you want him to be a little bit more like demonstrative or like a little bit more expressive. Mm-hmm. And your dad says he'll get there. He'll get there. You got to train him right, your dad says. It's a big contrast between he and your dad. It's a big contrast, and I think with your dad and his largeness, and then Joshua tends to be a little bit more mild-mannered, I guess. There's a big difference there. But your dad says sometimes love comes through in whispers, and sometimes it comes through in shouts, but just let the love come to you. And Joshua can be that right now in a very important way. There's a September birthday or anniversary that's connected with your family too that your dad is mentioning. Oh yeah, you'll think what it is. And it could be with Joshua, like you guys do something different with your relationship in September. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
Okay.
Just, keep it there. There's an S like Cindy or Sharon, who's connected with your family too, or that you're friends with, who your dad is recognizing. Do you have a Sophie? She's a younger person.
No S's.
Yeah, what about Cindy though? I know it's a C sound.
My neighbor, Cindy, she brought me here.
Are you Cindy? Well, that's who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on too. I can't see you. Give me a minute here. Have you lost your mom?
No, someone else.
Okay, there's a mother figure who's with you. Give me a minute. Well, all right, let me stick with your dad. But her dad likes you. Says thanks for bringing her along, and thanks for keeping her straight on some things. You do a good job with that. You're a peacemaker. I see doves all around you too, Cindy. The Holy Spirit works with you, and Christ says, "Blessed are the peacemakers," and you are one of them. So just know that you're honored and acknowledged for sure. And you need to pay more attention, your dad says, to these little things, because they're all over. You just get your tunnel vision, and you miss out on some of the beauties of life. Now, back to Josh and this whole thing. It's good. Your dad says just keep letting it be good. Does he play basketball, or were you and he talking about something with basketball?
With Josh?
Mm-hmm.
I played basketball throughout high school, and he played football, but he's really tall.
Uh-huh.
So he says.
And you
should've
played basketball.
Yeah.
See, that might be something fun in the relationship. And your dad knows that, that you played and all that. So he says maybe you guys could go shoot some hoops together. And it'd be kind of a fun and playful thing to do. Mm-hmm. There's also a connection with Germany and traveling overseas and all that. So I'm just going to put it out there. You might have some opportunities to travel to Europe or some family from abroad. And your dad is saying wherever you go, near or far, he's always traveling there with you, for sure. There's a tree. Okay, there's this tree. Do you have a tree in your front yard that you go sit under sometimes, or where you're trying to pull weeds from around it? You're doing something at the base of a tree. Cindy, were you? Okay, out in your front yard you have a pretty big tree, and you were doing some picking up branches and some pruning and gardening around that area? Okay. Yeah, you guys are very close, I mean, as far as your connections and all that. So just realize that you called one another to support and all that. Just your dad says he loves you. It's pure and plain, and it's that simple, that he loves you. You can't let him down. You can't disappoint him. You can't do things wrong. You just keep being you, and that's always right. That's always enough. He says he's the stars. Like when you look up at night and you're thinking of him and the stars and the shooting stars, that's from him. Absolutely, it's from him. And then he shows me like the clouds too, looking outside and seeing clouds and thinking of him. And he's always, always there with you, forever and ever and ever. So just know that you will never let him down. And there's only love there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, are you thinking about going back to school in September?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the September thing. You'll be in classes. You'll probably start in August, but your dad says get yourself back in school.
Of course. He was in the service, so it's free for me to be in school, but I didn't want to because I just get stressed and stuff like that. But I am thinking about going back.
Go back. Don't think about it. Just do it. And then let him be your counselor. He can be your guidance counselor. Oh, I love that. Your real divine guidance counselor. And just know that every step of the way, he'll be guiding you. And you'll do tremendous things. You have nothing to lose and only love to gain. So, yep, good. Tell Joshua your dad said hello to him too. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.